I think the intent is drawn there. Like, am I delusional here or like?
No, what are you talking about? So is it intention or the word? Because
Who the is joined,
clearly Cuffham does not gay people. So is it the word or the intention?
Why do we say clear? There's nothing clear about that. How do we know that?
He just said he doesn't gay people.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, if somebody says they don't gay people, that means they don't gay people? Since when has that ever been the standard by which we determine somebody's like feelings?
This is the grand finale 2024 cuck-off.
Marshall, okay, so you can change being a like you can stop doing that. Right? You can't when you call Cuffham a thug, he can't change his skin color. He's always going to be black.
Wait, okay, hold on. Wait, nothing about thug. Wait,
so
okay, two things.
Two
things.
Are being made.
Couple things.
What?
Wait. So it's not. So we're using protected class and everything, but usually it's a proxy for like these things probably shouldn't be bad things. So if you make fun of somebody for being broke, right? Usually it's because being broke is a bad thing. Nobody wants to be broke. Broke people don't want to be broke. If you make fun of somebody for being fat, well, nobody wants to be fat. Like even fat people don't want to be fat. If you make somebody for being gay, well, the implication is that like being must be bad, the same way that being fat or being broke is.
The reason that get offended when you say that word is because they don't actually want to.
No, the reason they get offended is because they think that other people are loading that word in a really negative way and they're being hateful with it.
No, it comes from a deep-rooted shame that they're never going to be accepted for who they are.
Really?
That's not.
Is that so? Yeah. Wait, is that why Muslims are the most? Wait, is that why Muslims are the most fragile people on the internet? Then, it's because when you make fun of their religion, they get so ass mad about it that they come out and they attack literally every person they see, even if it means beheading people in a comic book shop. Like,
well, that's not true because you're still walking around and you've made fun of Islam. If that were true,
that's because I live in the United States of America. Thank God. But no, so I'm asking you. So then, would you say every time a Muslim lashes out at somebody because you make fun of their religion, is that because they have a deep-seated shame about it?
No, I'm saying that the reason that XQC draws a line there, it's not because of this morality thing, because nobody wants to be fat, nobody wants to be broke.
Nobody wants to be a Muslim? Why do they get so offended when you make fun of them for it?
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Like,
that's exactly. You said that people get offended for being because they're ashamed to be. So I'm asking you, then, do people get offended by being called Muslim because they're Muslims? Are they ashamed of being Muslims?
The way he debates Cuffham is he's going to equate being Muslim to being gay. Nobody gets offended if a blue-haired Destiny calls me a Muslim. Nobody's offended, right? If I call somebody gay and you're not gay, they'll get offended because nobody wants.
They're not offended. They don't want to be around people that are hateful. They're upset because you're being hateful towards them. The same way that Muslims get offended when you talk about their religion in a negative way.
Also, I think that they have kind of the right to be upset, right? To be kind of presenting that they can't change, right?
No. It doesn't have to do with can't change or can change. Like for instance, you can change your nationality. It doesn't necessarily mean you should attack somebody over their nationality. You can change like the country you're living in or whatever.
That's like my view on it. It's like I don't think it's a good thing that you go around just being who you are and getting clapped on all the time for it. I think
sure, it can feel bad, but I mean, like, insults are supposed to feel bad. But the question is like, what do you want to make somebody feel bad for, right? If it's a bad characteristic, so if you think somebody's generally bad because they're like a C or a tanky or a brokey or they're fat or whatever, those are all like bad characteristics. Then you say like, oh well. Yeah, you can make fun of people for these things. If you're making fun of somebody for being gay, the implication is you think that being gay is like a negative, bad characteristic, and that's why you're being bad for it. That's why the person that came in here...
Here's the next issue, is that thinking that being gay is bad doesn't mean you hate gays, right? Being fat is bad, I don't hate fat people, it's gross. Like thinking something is gross, thinking being broke is gross or bad I don't hate broke people. There's no rich people don't hate broke people. Just like straight people don't hate gays. It's just weird and disgusting. You're allowed to be disgusted by something and not hate it.
That's fine, but it's literally in the language you're using. If you're expressing publicly that you think something is gross and disgusting, the idea is you're being hateful towards it. You can play word games like, well, it doesn't mean you hate it, but I mean, like, it's essentially what's being expressed.
I mean, I like to use extremes to really draw the picture, right? If you really think about it, what if you say, "Oh, I'm disgusted by a certain skin color"? I mean, it's gonna come up pretty hateful. Do you not agree?
Yeah, of course.
What? But you can't change your skin color. You can change, like you can just stop stop kissing boys.
So now you
can't change being black.
Whoa, hold on. Sexual orientation and the manifestation of that sexuality are two different things entirely.
Right, no, but being gay is a choice. That's a decision.
Is that your worldview on it?
That's just the truth. You choose to kiss.
Is that your worldview or not? Did you say how it is?
He doesn't believe it's real because he's on some retarded It's not worth arguing over.
That's just the objective truth. No, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, but
you can't. There's literally there's no place in the world where it's been like discovered how to change somebody's sexuality like that. It just doesn't happen. So no, you have no foundation for saying that.
You want to know how to not do that? Is just don't kiss a guy as a man.
Yeah, but then so what? Do you just not have relationships? Do you just not have relationships anymore, or?
No, you could have a relationship, but with the correct sex.
Yeah, but if you don't have any sexual attraction towards them, why would you do that?
That's the wrong feeling. That's just an incorrect.
When you say the wrong feeling, what? According to who?
According to the world, the same reason you tell that they should stop being attracted to kids. It's like you should have a morality about
Hold on.
that.
Why do you think it is wrong?
Because you cannot.
No. Answer. It's a good question.
Yeah, I need to make sure you have any idea. Tell me. No, wait. Make him answer. Yeah, don't bail him out. Make him answer. Why is wrong, Sneako?
Yeah.
Because it's not how a relationship. Because God says it's wrong.
That's the reason why. Hold on. Wait. So Sneako. No, wait. This is so easy. So then Sneako. So if God tells you that you can kids like he did with Muhammad or whatever, you think that's okay then? That you would change your mind on that tomorrow?
That's not what happened.
No. I'm asking you. If God tells you, Sneako, I think that is okay, then you would change your mind on it tomorrow.
There has to be a justification for everything.
Oh, hold on. God has to justify himself? God has to justify it? If you're talking about the need for a justification, then that means something's not good because God says it. It's only good because he's giving you whatever the justification is. So God saying things doesn't mean anything then. So you're just wrong on that. So then what's the justification then for why it's bad?
Because it's not, kids cannot consent.
There you go. Good job. Yep, you got there. Good job. So homosexuality.
Don't good job me. It goes down to what we see from God. If God created
it doesn't.
Genders,
no, because you don't see God, so it doesn't matter. Okay.
There's no purpose. There's no purpose for a man to.
Listen, that's Sneako. If you need a book to tell you not to kids, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, but most people can figure out why it's wrong on their own, and you got to the answer in the end, which is good.
Maybe you need
which is good. Which is good.
The fact that you answered that question, maybe you need that.
No, because you compared. You compared homosexuality to why? Wait. Make him answer this question. No. Hold on. Why is it then that homosexuality, which can be practiced between two consenting adults, why should that be a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. It's just not right. There's no purpose that it's serving. What are you doing that for?
The purpose it's serving is two people that love each other, might want to be in a relationship and build a household and do that together. That might be something they want to do.
It doesn't serve a greater purpose.
Every single thing in your life has to serve a greater purpose?
Exactly.
No. It was a question. You didn't answer it. It was a question. He asked you a question.
Well, he said, I guess everything in your life has to serve.
I said everything has to fulfill a greater purpose.
They know more. They improve. I should adapt and add new parts of the machine that a stronger machine. It's what I do. It's what I think people should try to do.
So your morality could be different tomorrow than it is today?
Absolutely, 100%. Because there are things that we don't know yet about human cognition, psychology, just social behaviors. Something we just don't know some things, and we have to adapt to new information.
Also, literally, even religions literally do this. Okay, like even religions update their standards for how they exist and how they are spread amongst their people and how their nations are ran over time. Like Islam's done this, Christianity's done this, Catholicism.
No, Islam has not done that. That's not true. And Christianity has been adapted, but that's besides the point.
What do you mean Islam hasn't done this? You don't think that Islam or Islamic states haven't changed the way, for instance, that they approach like dhimmi, like the way that they have like other religious groups that live in their countries? Like there are tons of.
You're changing morality to politics, and that's not. What I'm talking
hold on.
about.
I'm sorry. Wait. Shut the fuck up. That's not politics at all. What do you mean? That of course that's morality. That there should be
Muslim states. You said Muslim countries. I'm talking about the book.
I'm sorry. What do you think Muslim state means that's not involved in religion? What do you think a caliphate is? Who do you think Muhammad was? What the are you talking about?
Okay, you're shifting the goalposts. This is not.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Wait. I just need to hear you say this. Do you think that politics and Islam are completely dissociated from one another? They don't have anything to do with each other?
Right. You saying that it's changing, that's sort of an example of politics changing the religion. That's not to the core. And that's besides the point.
How is that besides the point? I'm sorry. Hold on. I need to hear you say this. Do you think that the political system, Islamic theocracy, you don't think that has anything to do with Islam, the religion? Do you think those are two totally separate things?
Genuinely, I don't really care about what you're saying about Islam.
I know, because you have no idea. But okay, if you don't have any idea what the talking about, why are you roasting him on not knowing where all of his morals come from? You don't even know about the own religion that you grift on. Like, Jesus, who cares?
I'm asking questions to XQC. Okay?
You're not. You're trying to grill him because he doesn't have an answer to the ultimate source of morality. And you don't even understand your own source of morality. It's conversation. You're just trying to like go for gotchas here so you can clip it up on your Rumble channel later.
I'm not clipping up anything. I'm not streaming right now. I wanted to talk about the word and then you started like yapping over him to save him. Right?
Nobody's yapping over anybody. I started asking you questions because you compared homosexuality to pedophilia because you didn't know why kids was wrong.
I just told you why. Okay.
You stumbled into the answer eventually. Congratulations.
Why the word, for example?
Here's an easy question. Listen, okay, so should we update or not? What do you think the age of consent should be, Sneako?
Yeah, this is not an important conversation.
No, it's a super important. You don't think kids are not as an important conversation? What do you think the age of consent should be? If you want to be consistent, you don't think anything updates, just tell us what you think it should be.
I think it should be past at a developed age.
What is a developed age? If you had to set a law for it, what would you set it? What would you set it about?
I'd say it's a developed age.
No, answer the question, you pussy. Holy shit, you're such a cowardly fuck. Stand up for what you believe in. If you actually are Muslim, you're actually Islamic or whatever, then stand up for your beliefs. Every other Muslim scholar online will do this. Do it. Stand tall on it. Don't act like a little pussy in here trying to grill XQC on modern meta ethics or whatever. If you want to answer basic questions about your worldview, what should the age of consent be?
You see how
you want to answer the question? You see how he's going to yap and not answer the question? I'm going to ask the same thing when you're done. Go ahead.
I just answered the question. I just told you.
What was the age?
I just told you at a developed age.
Sneako thinks you should be able to 9-year-olds. That's what Sneako thinks, and he won't answer that question honestly. Or he's going to have to give a different answer, in which case he's updated his morality. He's updated his views, and that's really uncomfortable for him. You don't have an answer to any of this, bro. Go back to that corner in London where you're getting roasted by year 1 debaters on fucking Christianity. This is I don't know what the fuck you're doing in here.
Okay, so you can leave the call. I wanted to go talk about this.
I don't want to leave the call. I like hanging out here. I've talked to a lot of files in the past. Challenge you to a Zionism debate. We know there are 2 wolves inside of you. We need you to give in to the one that will obliterate. What? It's going to be cringe. He literally doesn't know anything. This guy's screaming at me, what does Islam have to do with politics? What am I even supposed to say to this guy? If he really wants to, I mean, we can, but it's just going to be cringe. And he tries so hard to farm and then cries when other people are farming him. Also, if you're going to get farmed off the question, what do you think the age of consent should be? Bro, maybe that's your fault that it's such a bountiful harvest. You say that debates with people who know nothing are great for you because you can dismantle people's worldviews in the Peter Boghossian video. Yeah, but it's like Sneako is like the king sophist. He's not even pretending to be in pursuit of truth or whatever. And he's on like the cringiest Muslim grift. Also, I wish that they could just accept. He doesn't even have good answers for the he talks about. Listen, here's what I would do. This is what I would do. If I was a devout Muslim, okay, this is what I would say. When somebody says, what's the age of consent? You know what I would say? I would say, it could be anywhere from 25 to 11, depending on how quickly the person develops. Some people develop very quickly. We know this, right? And I'm sure you've met 24, 25-year-olds who haven't even developed enough yet to even have sex, okay? In the West, we've decided that we've set the laws at anywhere from 16 to 18, which I think is about okay. But obviously, there are probably some people that are a little younger that could have sex. There are some people a little older that could have sex. They should wait to have sex. In the Quran, it doesn't specify a particular age of consent. It just leaves it up to whenever people develop, and that's up for the countries to set their ages. And I think that's perfectly fine. That would be like an okay answer. The reason why, I don't know if you could tell, the reason why I was asking him the question is because I knew he wouldn't give an answer because he's too stupid to know what the Quran even says about the age of consent, but he can't give a resolute answer because he's got a sip for Islam, and he thinks that part of Islam is defending the fact that Muhammad 9-year-old. So he can't give an answer. That's why I knew it was the ultimate short circuit question. But it was irritating because he's trying to pin XQC down on, can you give me the definitive source of all meta-ethical truth, which XQC is not going to have a good answer for. But the irritating part is Sneako doesn't even know his own stupid book that he claims to follow religiously, metaphorically, or pun intended, religiously, because there's nothing religious about the way that he follows Islam. God, he's so irritating. Okay, anyway. Sneako is scared of getting gotcha'd by you, so his knee-jerk reaction when asking questions is to squirm out of answering what we all expect his answer to be because he doesn't want to give you the satisfaction, even though it's a bullet you should bite. Yeah, I know, because he's a coward. That's what anything I say to him, I mean. He's very, very cowardly, and it's very annoying. Especially if you're going to do, a big Judeo-Christian... Islam counts as a Judeo-Christian religion, right? Because it's of the book, right? I don't know if I've ever heard that term before. Hold on. Or no, would you say Abrahamic religions? When you're talking about the 3 religions of the book or whatever, are all 3 of those Judeo-Christian? Judeo-Christian can't simply mean just Judaism and Christianity. Why would you have a word that stupid? Judeo-Christian. Why not just say Judaism and Christianity? The term Judeo-Christian is used to group Christianity and Judaism together. What a cringe word. Okay. All right, I guess you just call it an Abrahamic religion then. Because the West was founded on Judeo-Christian morals? Yeah, but I feel like Islam has kind of overlap. I feel like all the 3 Abrahamic religions have a kind of overlap in terms of like moral values. That was a God-tier conversation to expose Sneako's lack of epistemology. Oh, it's just, I just hate the fake. If you're going to be a Muslim, like, just learn it. You're not doing anything else with your life. Like, just learn it. You don't even have to, you're surrounded by the whole world of Islam wants to embrace you and teach you. He's probably got, I bet he's got access to all of the best Muslim debaters online. That Muhammad Hijab guy and the Daniel Higi, whatever. Like, all these guys would probably be frothing at the mouth to educate Sneako and to give him tips. But it can't just be, if you guys are listening, I don't know if they listen to me or not. If any of you Muslim dudes are listening, though, you can't just teach Sneako how to debate. He has to learn, like, the fundamental tenets of your religion. Have some faith in it. Like, this religion has existed for, like, what, like 1,500 years? Like, trust that if you teach him the fundamentals, and you'll be able to eventually argue it. But, like, would you... When you say apologetics, does that only refer to Christian stuff? Or can you have like Muslim apologetics or like Jewish apologetics? Apologetics is the religious system of defending religious doctrines through systematic argumentation and discourse. Because I've heard apologetics in reference to Christianity. Can you have, it does refer to all religions? Okay, yeah. Like, apologetics is hard, but, okay? And oh my God, aren't we lucky? Aren't we lucky, okay? Apologetics is hard, but you're not going to stumble across a single new argument ever, because people have debated these religions for centuries, okay? Technically not millennia for Islam, okay? For centuries. So you can literally look up apologetics, you can look at discourse, you can read a book, you can read dialectics between probably theocratic Islamic leaders and other leaders, you can read all this. Like, you can do this, okay? Islam is 1,500 years old. Yeah, wait, isn't a millennium 1,000 years? Millennium. Why? No. Yeah. Millennia. Isn't millennia the, millennia, isn't that the plural? Millennia. Oh, millenniums? 1.1k years would be millennia. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, just read through. You could probably, I bet we could even Google, like, Muslim apologetics. 10 points for Christians to consider. There's going to be so much of that. Just learn. There's no excuse not to. If this is going to be your main grift, at least learn it. Oh my God. I just realized, do you know how Sneako is? There's only one thing worse to a militant Muslim than a non-Muslim. And that's an ex-Muslim. Oh no! Oh, I heard you met my good ex-friend. Turned to the dark side. My old student Sneako. How'd that go?
Yeah, I only the second day. Cause the first day he wasn't playing. He was just behind me. I wanted to go gamble alone, but then I got to the table at like 4 a.m. and everybody was gambling, so I just sat down with Dane and some other guys.
Yeah.
And exposed. Exposed got absolutely shredded. And then he was just kind of watching. And the second day, we sat down with Ak. You know Academics?
Yeah, I love him. Yeah.
Well, you actually love him or not?
No, yeah, me and him we like talk about each other back and forth, but we're gonna connect one day. But I think he's a really funny dude, and he's pretty self-aware. Like, he does dumb sometimes, but he knows he does dumb. So I like Ak a lot. I think he's funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it was so funny. But yeah, I said a story earlier, but we went to the table, right? And then he was talking about like my situation, and I kind of brushed off because I didn't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Bro, all this is happening, man." And he said, "You didn't even cheat on the." I said, "No." He's like, "What?" And he said, "Why? You at least right?" I'm like, "No." He said, "Not even a little bit." I was like, "No, what is wrong with this guy? But just the way he says it, the way he just said it, it was just so funny.
Yeah.
He's like in the most accurate possible, you know?
Yeah. You should go on his show sometime or do an interview. He's a funny dude.
Like, I interviewed him already. It's fantastic.
Oh, well, there you go. Damn, nice.
Give me his life story.
Have you watched any videos of him talking about his? I don't know if it's his current girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend.
Oh yeah. I mean,
where she fakes the abortion twice. Oh my God, I like DJ. I think he's funny. I don't know if he's still with that same girl or not, but yeah, that guy's his life is he's a funny dude. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, and then I didn't want to be like mean spirited, but I tried to like call not like a call out, but like a friendly call out to Sneako about like him being a little bit of a hypocrite. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
About like kind of trying to representing like a big like red pill like super kind of male behavior and kind of going against all of his principles like on a daily. Right.
Oh, you're saying that the Muslim that's now like doing live stream from the casino is not a good look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then his answer was that he just didn't want to influence the kids poorly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your friend these days or not?
No, we're not. No, he's just like maximum clout mode. Worse than Hassan. Okay, that guy is. Sneako's brain is wired for clout seeking, but he's doing a really good job. I'll give him that. The dude got axed off YouTube, and he still managed to stay relevant. He still managed to network like crazy. He's managing to get into all the right rooms with all the right people. He's still making content, so he's held on better than I thought he did. A few months ago, I thought he was just going to die because it seemed like he was like in a rut and pretty depressed. But yeah, he's managed to keep building, so good for him on that.
You know what? I think most of the red pillars stand for nothing.
I think there are a few. Like I feel like the fresh and fit guys feel pretty strongly about their, but a lot of the other people came into grift after Andrew Tate.
Yeah, but they don't uphold it in private. No shot.
That's a different thing. Yeah, no, you're probably right there. Maybe but
like would they call people weak for and then don't do this, don't do that? In private, for a fact they do it. Like it's just how it is.
Maybe depends on what you're talking about. But yeah,
they cave into their own urges and their own weaknesses.
Sure.
Which I think is kind of sad because I think when you have such strong beliefs, you have to really hold strong on that and really be above. Like that's the risk. That's what I was trying to say to Sneako is that I kept telling him that something that I realized like in about the middle of my career is that there's a price for standing for certain things, right? And I didn't get that for the longest time, such as, oh guys, like, oh I'll never run ads or whatever, right at the time. And then Twitch would put the quotas on us, right?
Yeah.
And they jacked up prices. They made the deals, and at the point it was like you had to like shake the devil's hand. That makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
That's what like I said. Like I don't really like gambling that much, and I don't think I would ever take a gambling sponsor. But I mean, like if State came up to me, and was like, "Listen, 2 years, 150 million, haha, bro, we're gonna be gambling 24/7. I'll be gambling all day." Yeah, there's going to be a dollar where you change your viewpoint. I don't think the issue is having like strong values or rough, like hard to adhere to principles or anything. I think the issue is when you get really judgy about other people. That's the triggering part. And I think that's the thing I always hated about Sneako. Like if Sneako was just like, I'm going to try to be Muslim, guys, this is what I'm going to try to do, this is my grind, and he every now and then or a lot, it's whatever. It's when you try to stick to something and then you start judging everybody else hardcore for it, right? Like, oh, like you should never do that. Like I'm so much better than you. Because then when you see that person, it's like, okay, well, hold up, okay, you were coming down really hard on me for this, and now you're in the same spot. F you, right? I think that's what builds or fosters the resentment. Yeah.
And you know what? For all the things that I don't like Moon for, right? Moon, you know that guy?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, bald friend, hell yeah.
That's something that I respect him a lot for. So he said he never takes sponsorships for games because streamers are paid a lot of money, and he doesn't take sponsors, right? And I always said, once I understood, I said, yeah, there's a price for saying things and upholding that, right? And the price of that is that if you say never take sponsors, you don't never take sponsors, right? And you probably lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
And he actually upheld that. And then I realized that like sometimes you can do something like that and actually uphold it and be okay with the price of it, and then without sounding and looking bitter and just doing that. And I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah.
And I think that taught me a good lesson to have somebody around that actually stands for something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I agree.
Because it's very rare that people stand for something and have a big price over it, and they don't go for the price. Because most of us, 99%, I'm going to say how it is, 9% of us, at least young adults, all go for the prize.
True, depending on your situation and everything, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it depends, but yeah.
And you can sugarcoat it as much as you want to. Oh, it's for my family. Oh, it's for my kids. Oh, it's whatever, right? And other people say, oh, yeah, but this guy took deals because he's got kids. Yeah, but, like, still, I don't think there's ever really a massive excuse. It softens the blow a little bit. So
I mean, like I said, I think it really depends on your situation and everything, right? Like, I'll say, for instance, like, usually when I talk about, like, I won't do these types of sponsors, I wouldn't do this, I'll usually qualify it and say, I do that, but I can only afford to do that because I'm a pretty big creator, right?
Oh,
If I had, like, 200 concurrent viewers and I, still have Nathan and everything else in my life, and somebody comes by and offers me, like, a $500 a month sponsorship, well, if I'm a 200 viewer Andy, I'm probably taking that. Like, this money might be the difference between me having to stream like 14 hours a day and like 10 hours a day. It super depends on the position you're in and everything too. So, yeah, like I said, it's good to have values and principles and like to advocate for them, but just don't be, when people get like ultra judgy on everybody else for it, I just think it's really cringe, especially if they too. Yeah. Oh, hey, I heard, are you a fellow? I finally got diagnosed with ADHD, and I'm on. I heard you're a fellow.
Yeah. So what?
What do you take? Are you on Vyvanse?
I think all of it.
All of it? What, at the same time?
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right, bye. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.